rotated it 90 degrees counterclockwise. So what's the rule if I'm rotating it 90 degrees counterclockwise? What am I doing?
You're moving it 90 degrees.
I know, but there's a rule.
Yeah.
Negative y. Is that the right rule? I don't remember. I have to go back and look. I think that's the right rule. You did? Nice job. Negative yx. Yeah, you can always look back at your notes from the other day. Your binder's right in front of you.
And my notes are somewhere in there.
So A is located at 0, -3, which means A prime would be located at 3, 0. And that, of course, would be correct, right? Counterclockwise? Oh, yeah. Counterclockwise is to the left, yes. So B is located at 1, 2. So B prime would be located at -2, 1. Nice job. Oh, I don't know why I put up print. Oh.
I'm gonna wait for it.
C is located at 1, 2, 3, 4, -4, +4. So C prime is going to be located at -4, -4. Ooh, sorry. Can you see that? It's -4, -4. Oh, yeah, it kind of looks like that. And D is located at -4, 0. So D prime is going to be located at, where's D prime going to be located at?
Oh, D prime.
0, -4.
Yeah.
Since 0 can't be negative, it's just 0. There's no such thing as -0. You guys okay with that?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Thank you, sweetheart.
I'm tired.
Ah. Yeah. It's Thursday, only one more day in the week.
I'm tired too.
Okay, so what's the rule if I'm rotating it at 180 degrees?
Both X and Y change.
And do they switch places?
No.
No, they just change. Good. So it becomes -x and -y. Beautiful. So A is located at -1, -1.
Yes.
So it becomes A prime, which is what?
1, 1.
1, 1. Beautiful. And B is located at 0, 2. So B prime would be
0, -2.
0, -2. And C is located at 3, 3. So C prime would be at,
-3.
great. And D is located at 1, 0. So D prime would be at what?
-1, 0.
-1, 0. Beautiful. Okay? Questions?
She's late. She didn't do the polling day.
I went to the softball game.
You went to the what?
The softball game outside for tryouts.
I did not know there was one of those.
Oh, wrong team though.
Okay. So today, good job, you guys.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Today we're going to talk about dilations. It's our last type of transformation. The first 3 are called rigid transformations because nothing changes in them, just the location of them, right? So the sides stay the same, the angles stay the same, everything stays the same, right? Except for the position of it. A dilation is not a rigid transformation because the size changes, right? So it's like on your computer screen, if you take the corner of something and you resize it, that's a dilation. If I make it smaller or bigger, the angles all stay the same, but all the sides changes. So if I have a side length, my side length will either become smaller or bigger. Does that make sense? As I dilate it, you guys do that all the time when you resize a picture on your computer screen or your phone. when you resize something, that's called a dilation. And so that's what we're going to talk about today. So dilations are similar to the original figure, and they're usually centered, when we're talking mathematical wise, we're going to say they're centered around 0, 0 unless otherwise stated. So we're going to deal with our center of dilation will be 0, 0.
Do you remember your ratios?
No.
Vanity, do you remember?
Scale factor is the one thing we're going to talk about. We're going to find that the scale factor is how much it's been dilated. And that equals the image length over the pre-image length. The image length is our, how long our new image is, and the pre-image was how long our old image is. And that is a ratio because it's a fraction. All fractions are called ratios. So if the scale factor is greater than 1, so anything bigger than 1, my figure becomes bigger, or it's called enlargement. And if the scale factor is between 0 and 1, not negative, you can't have a negative scale factor. So if it's in between 0 and 1, which there's an infinite number of numbers between 0 and 1, just so you guys know, it becomes smaller. Okay? So, and you can write your scale factor 2 different ways. I can write it with a colon. Notice if this is my original, so this is my pre-image, I'm going to call it my original, it's going to be my pre-image, right? And this is my image. I can write it as my image is 6 and my pre-image is 3, right? So that becomes 2 over 1. Well, I can write it as a fraction. Oh, they wrote this one backwards. Bad example, Campbell. That's okay. So I can write it as 2 to 1. This one is 2 times bigger than this one, right? Which is 2 times bigger than this one, because 1.5 is half of 3. Is everyone okay with that? Yes, no, maybe so.
Yes.
Okay. So now the one last thing we're going to talk about is how do I write the rule, right? Because we've been learning how to write things mathematically. So the rule is xy becomes f of x times fx, comma, fy, where f represents the scale factor. So basically, I'm taking my scale factor and multiplying it by each x and by each y. So if my example, I didn't leave myself very much room in there. I told myself to do that. If the scale factor is 3, how would I write the rule? Well, my rule would become, I can write it down here. That's good. My rule would become xy becomes 3x, comma, 3y. And that's all I'm going to do. That's how you write the rule. Right? Super easy, yeah? Now, if I have a point, so now we're going to talk about what to do if it's a point, right? Sorry, I can't make it any bigger, Camilla. If triangle ABC has the points A, B, and C, what are the vertices of its image with a scale factor of 4? So then what my rule is here. Okay. So I can write my little rule over here so I know I'm going to take each x and each y and I'm going to do what to it? Multiply it by 4. And that's it. So I know A is 0, 2, right? So what's A prime going to become? So I'm just going to multiply by, really easy, right? I'm going to multiply by 4. So what's 0 times 4? 0. And what's 2 times 4? 8. And there's my new point. Done. Right? So now I'm going to do that to B and C. Same thing. So B is 4, 4. And it becomes B prime, which is what?
-4.
What do I do? I take my point, and what do I multiply it by? 4. So what's 4 times 4?
16.
Good. So what's my point?
16.
And what's my next one?
16.
There you go. 16, 16. Beautiful. Yeah, I'm multiplying both the x and the y by 4.
Each one is by 4. Oh.
Yep.
Okay.
You were doing C.
No, I was doing B.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to do C. C is -1, 4. I always forget at the beginning of the year. It takes me a couple days.
Yep.
16.
It's what?
Wouldn't it be 4x 16? No. Never mind.
Negative 4.
So 4 times -1, Camille. 4 times -1 is -4. And 4 times 4 is 16, yeah. Yeah. So remember, this is my x, right? This one's my x and this one's my y. So I'm just substituting them in, right? This is my x value. This is my y value. And I substitute it into my equation. 4 times x and 4 times y. And that's all there is to it, you guys. I do the same thing look at the next one, a little harder. Why is it a little harder? What's my scale factor? Yeah, my scale factor is a fraction. But I'm still doing the same thing. So my rule on this one still is going to be xy is going to become half of x and half of y. So now this time I'm just going to cut my x and my y in what? In half. So I'm cutting it in half this time. Sorry that I'm having to go a little small. Let me see if I can make it a little bigger, since we kind of know what we're doing now. But I still need to see the points. Is that a little better? So I have p, and p is -2, 4. And I want to go to p prime. So what's p prime going to be? Yes, yeah, Vanity. So what am I going to do? So what's half of something? What's half of -2? Huh?
Oh my gosh. Don't listen to me.
Okay, let me ask you one more time, Camilla. What's half of -2? Very good.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. No, it's totally fine. And what's half of 4? 2. And that's it. Done. Okay? So now we're going to go to Q. Trust me, I hear a lot more weirder answers than that. So now we're doing the same thing to Q prime. Q is 4, right? So I'm going to take the number, and what am I doing? Cut them in half. So what's half of 4? 2, 2. And then I have R, which is, what's R? 4, -2. So R prime becomes what? By the way, your homework's just like this, only with 1 point. They don't give you like 4 points. You just have to do 1 point, right? I know, right? Okay, so what's R prime become? If R is 4, -2, what's R prime? 2, -1. Awesome. And then S, sorry, I'm trying to write small so I can get them all on here. -4, -4, and that becomes S prime, which is what? -2, -2. Beautiful. Dilations are kind of nice, right? Mathematically, they're super easy. I'm just cutting them in half or multiplying. Boom, boom. Well, not only cutting in half. It could be, my fraction could be a third, right? I could cut them in a third. But usually at this point, they're giving you fractions that are numbers that are easy to cut into thirds. Does that make sense? Okay. I think for A and B, you guys are going to do those next two by yourselves. So,
This is common sense.
Yeah, I'll take this home.
why do you have to do your drive?
He said that he's gonna give me back my results.
Oh,
Like I think it's my pre-test, so I can get like everything.
your permit.
Be like that. Now I'm about to see if I'm right.
I know.
You take it, so if you get anything wrong, you can go.
See which one thing. What happened?
I'm right. Look at your own paper. You better finish.
I made you rethink.
Okay, someone tell me where A prime is.
On B?
0,
On A.
0 and 1
0.5.
0.5, yes. 0.5. Remember, Camille, we talked about it.
Yeah. That's what I said.
Oh, sorry.
I I was picking over her, my bad.
B prime is what? Say it louder. Louder. 4.
1.
Yeah, what's a fourth of 4? Huh? I have 4 candy bars and 4 friends. How many candy bars is each friend going to get? 1. So think of fractions like friends and the number you're multiplying by candy. That's how I kind of explain it, and people are like, oh. Or you can think about pizza. I have 4 slices of pizza and 4 friends. How many pizzas? Does that make sense? A little bit like that? Okay. So 1 and 1. And what's C prime? Oh, this one's a little harder. What's
Yes.
negative 1 times 1/4?
Negative.
What's negative 1 times 1/4? Let's do positive 1 times 1/4. What's positive 1 times 1/4?
1.
What's 1 times anything?
It's the number you're talking.
Okay, so what's 1 times 1/4?
1/4.
So if I have negative 1 times 1/4, what is it?
1.
There we go.
25.
Right? You guys know what 1 times anything is, right? So now what's 4 times 1/4?
Or 0.25. I mean 0.25.
0.5.
What's 4 times 1/4, ladies? 4 candy bars, 4 friends. Ladies and gentlemen, how many candy bars does each friend get? 1. I'm like, where are you guys getting 1?
I'm talking about.
Oh, we already got the first one.
No,
No,
or
it says that word.
0.25.
Or 0.25. Yeah.
Yeah.
Negative 0.25.
Told you. Yeah, that.
Yes, a fourth is a quarter.
Told you. I was right.
Like a fourth of a dollar is 25 cents. Okay. B. What's my rule for B? Oh, my rule.
E.
Multiply by 5. Beautiful. So 5x and, oh, there should probably be a 5 there, huh? 5x and
I'm looking at
5y. So I'm going to multiply everything by 5. This is going to get ginormous. So P becomes what? Oh, Lord have mercy. Let's try this one more time, you guys. Good. P prime becomes negative 10, 20. Beautiful. And Q is 4. And that becomes 20, 20.
Alright.
And R is, what is R? 4, negative 2, which becomes what? No, positive 20, negative 10. R, not S, honey. I think you did S. S is negative 4, negative 4. So S prime is, there we go, negative 20, negative 20. Okay? Everyone okay with that? Dilation's not too bad so far, right? Probably the easiest one we've done so far. Okay. So if the scale factor is 5/2, how would I write the general rule? What's the general rule going to look like? The rule is this part. What does this part look like if my scale factor is 5/2? Yeah, tell me what it looks like. XY goes to what? 5/2
You can do.
y. Now comes the question for you guys. Think about this. Ready? Is it an enlargement or a reduction? So is my figure getting bigger or is it getting smaller if I'm multiplying by 5/2? It's getting bigger. It's an enlargement. Because 5/2 is bigger than 1, right? Good. Enlargement. Okay, 2 more for you guys to do. Go. Same question. Write the rule. Tell me if it's enlargement or reduction. A. Okay, what's the rule though? Got to write the rule first. What's the rule?
That'd be 37x.
Okay, why do you think it's an enlargement? Is 3/7 bigger than 1?
No.
If I have a pizza that's cut into 7 pieces and I only have 3 pieces left, is that bigger than 1 or less than 1? Less than a whole or bigger than a whole? A whole, 1 whole. Does that make sense now? So if the top number is bigger than the bottom number, then it's a enlargement. If the top number is smaller than the bottom number, then it's a reduction. Thank you for that word. Does that help a little bit? Okay, so let's talk about B. What's my rule?
It's gonna be 2 on X and then 2 on Y is
And it's a what?
enlargement.
Enlargement. Good. Nice. Beautiful. Okay, so let's go to the next page. And we're here. And they want you to dilate. This is, you guys are going to do this. Dilate each figure by a scale. A is by a scale factor of 2. And B is by a scale factor of 1/4. M. What's M prime? Sorry, you already know what M is. What's M prime?
2/4.
Don't answer this next one, okay?
Oh, okay.
BT. What's N prime?
What's the benefit? I ain't gonna lie to you.
I know, I saw you on your phone. That's why I called on you.
And then
What am I multiplying by? Read the question. What's my scale factor? Okay, so what's N?
in
N prime, sorry.
two times -2.
So what is that?
-4.
Okay. And then?
You had to use 2. Oh, next one. And then 2 times 1 is 2.
Good.
It's not 8. That's
Thank you.
16.
Okay, someone tell me where P prime is.
I'll stay quiet.
Camilla's face when she walked in. Where's P prime, people? P prime. Anybody?
Wait, P prime.
Get off your phones. Put your phones away. Gaddafi.
4 -2.
Yes, beautiful. So that's multiplying by 2. You guys could all multiply by 2, right? Is there anyone who can't multiply by 2? I know the front table can't. But anybody else?
She can't. I asked her what's 4 times 4. She said it's 8.
Bro, I'm an honors, but I don't know long division or my multiplication.
That's.
What am I doing in the second one? Multiplying by 1/4 or divide. Just another clue. If it's a fraction, I'm dividing by 4.
Oh yeah, divide by the.
Right? Divide by the denominator. Does that help?
You should say bottom number.
Bottom number. I'm trying to use correct vocabulary.
If you do that, who actually remembers their fractions?
Jonathan, no.
So X prime becomes what? 2 candy bars, 4 friends. How much candy bar does each friend get? 1/2. And it's negative, so it's going to be what?
-1.
So they,
Beautiful. Okay. 4 candy bars, 4 friends. 1. Beautiful. Why? Oh, no, that's not a question for you guys. Sorry. Why it's -4 and -4. So Y prime becomes what? -1, -1. Beautiful. And I didn't really leave myself enough room for Z, but we're going to squeeze it in here. Z prime. It's going to be that hard because you already did it in X. So what's Z prime?
My eyesight is getting worse by the day.
1 negative 1/2. Camilla, you need to get your eyes checked.
Me
I
too.
heard that because Sam's supposed to get the test done, and he said, I guess.
Did you tell your dad you can't see the board?
Yeah, I told my mom too. It seems like I'm the last priority. The middle test.
Miss Campbell, we shouldn't participate in the beginning.
Okay, quadrilateral A prime, B prime, C prime, D prime is a dilation of quadrilateral ABCD. Find the scale factor. So now this time they're not giving us the scale factor. They're giving us the dilation and the pre-image and the image as a, look, my eyes are all going twitchy, as a graph, right? And then they want us to find the scale factor. So I'm going to use my, my equation that I have, right? My equation is xy becomes f of fx fy, right? That's my equation. And I know what x and y are. I can pick one of my points. I'm going to pick one of the points that I can find, okay? So either choose A, B, C, D. Pick one.
B.
B? Okay, we're going to use B's, okay? Where is B at? Where's B at? 0, 6. So I've got 0, 6. And then where is B prime at? Camille, you know it's on your paper. You don't have to try and squint up here. Oh, sorry.
I can't see it.
I'm trying to make it bigger. There, is that a little bigger?
Yeah.
Okay.
A photo would say she's adding
Where's B prime at? 0, 2. So F 0, right? F times 0. And F times, no, 2. F prime. We're doing B and B prime, right? Because if I do B, I got to do B prime. I got to do the matching point, right? So the zeros, these two, I'm going to highlight, these two aren't going to do me any good because F can be anything and they're going to be equal to each other, right? Because 0 times anything is 0. So that's not going to do me any good, right? But the next one, if we look at 6, and I take F times 2, I'm just going to make an equation. Because I know, sorry, I need this. I know that if I take 6, and I take 6, and I multiply it by some, oh, I need to do something to it. Oh, my heckaroonies. I think I wrote that wrong. I'm just trying to think. Yeah, I wrote this part wrong. So sorry. Why is this not erasing? Sorry, let me rewrite this. Because I want to write it right for you guys. I do something to it and it becomes 0, 2, right? What do I do to my point? I take 0 times F. Oh, my Lanta. What am I doing, you guys? I take F times 0, right? And I take F times 6. There we go. And I get this answer, 0, 2, right? So I don't take 0 times 2 times F. That's my answer is 2, right? Duh, Campbell. Okay, so my 0, like I was saying, my zeros don't do any good, but this one does. What does F times 6 have to equal? It has to equal 2, right? When I take this point, yes, when I take this point and I multiply it by F, I need to get what? 2, yeah? 6 times some number has to equal. Isn't that what we were doing up here? I was taking this number, multiplying it by something, and getting this number, right? Does everyone understand?
Yes.
I could go up here where it makes it easier. I was taking 2, right? And multiplying it by my scale factor of 2 and getting 4. So what we're going to do is we're going to take 6, multiply it by my scale factor, which is right here, and I should get 2, yeah? That's an F. 2 times F, sorry. I need to take my point, which is 6, multiply it by my scale factor, which we don't know, we're trying to find. And my answer, you're like, what is F?
How do you know?
Yeah, we're gonna use this equation to find it. So I'm gonna take 6, multiply it by my scale factor, which we don't know yet, and I should get 2. So how do I solve for that F? That's my question for you guys. Do you guys know? How do I get F by itself? Is your hand raised? Was your hand raised or were you stretching?
It won't matter.
Yes, BT.
I'm guessing you divide 2 divided by 6.
I'm going to divide by 6, right? How do I get this as that word, multiplication, right? How do you undo multiplication? You divide, right? So I'm going to divide by 6. It is not 3. I'm going to explain this to you. My answer is 2, right? Look at this. Can you show me 3 6s in there?
No.
That's what you told me the answer was.
Unless you cut your finger.
Okay.
Do you see what I'm saying? I have 2 candy bars and 6 friends. How much of my candy bars is each friend going to get? 1/3. Right?
That's a complex.
No. Listen. You guys aren't the only one that messes this up. Everybody does, right? If the number on top is smaller than the number on bottom, I'm going to get a fraction. If the number on top is bigger, I will usually get a whole number. So if it was 6 divided by 2, my answer would be 3. Because I have 3 2s in there, right? I have 6, right? And there's 3 sets of 2. But in 2, I don't have 3 sets of 6. Does that make sense? Okay. So what I'm going to do is find a number that goes both into 2 and 6, which happens to be 2. Divide them both by 2, and I get 1/3. Are we okay with that?
My mistake was.
But people don't understand that the top number has to be bigger than the bottom number. Okay? Okay. So what I want you guys to try and do is do A, B, and C. Oh, I have to write reduction. Thank you. I have to write reduction. How come it's a reduction? Because it's under, well, it got smaller. And that's the other clue, guys, right? We know it went from this big diamond shape to a smaller diamond shape, so it got smaller, so we know it had to be a fraction as an answer, right? If it would have got bigger, then it would have been a whole number. Okay? Okay, so go ahead and do A, B, and C. Go. What am I going to multiply 6 by to get 2? So I'm going to write an equation. What do I multiply 6 by to get 2? 6 times 3 is 2? Okay, how do I solve for it? I divide. Great. So what is F going to be? 1/3. Yeah. It is. I just realized it was the same one. I'm so sorry. I will fix it. Is it an enlargement or a, it's not the same shape, but it's the same numbers. Enlargement or a reduction?
What?
If it's less than 1, it's the same numbers. It's not the same shape, but yeah. It's because look, it's the big, look, this is the hint. It's the big triangle to the,
Small. Oh,
so it's,
okay. I get it, but I don't.
okay. Okay, B. Pick a point. Which one? A, B, C, or D? It doesn't matter. Pick one. C. She picked C. Which one? C. Okay, awesome. Where is C at? What? Not C prime, C.
Oh, okay.
1 what? 1 what? What? There you go. 1, -2. And it goes to C prime, which is where?
Prime is 2, -3.
2 where?
Right?
Oh, you know what? It is not. C prime isn't even 2. I probably wouldn't even choose C. Can someone tell me why I wouldn't choose C? It's not on a, yeah, it's not on a whole number. Do you see that? C prime's not on a whole number. So I want to kind of choose one that has a point that's on a whole number. Yeah, so B and B prime. Do you see the difference, Camille?
You should do A.
Okay. We're not doing A either because that's the same situation as C. Wow. So where's B at? B's at where? B.
B. Oh, okay. It's at
2, 2. And B prime is at where? 3, 3. So now it doesn't matter if I choose X or Y, right? It doesn't matter which one I choose because it's the same number, right? So it says, what do I multiply 2 by to get 3, right? Sorry. You got to tell me when it's not on the screen, you guys. What do I multiply 2 by to get 3, right? So I'm going to write it out, just what I said. What do I multiply 2 by to get 3? 2 times what number equals 3? How do I find out what that number is? Divide, because this is a times, right? Is that what a division sign looks like? Oh, it looks like a plus sign. Oh, okay. I was like, why are we adding?
That is multiply.
Yeah, but she was going like this. And then she said, imagine this is a dot and this is a dot down here. So that means divide.
That looks like a.
That's what I was saying. So F equals 3 halves. Done. Can't simplify it because 3 is already as low as it can go and 2 is already as low as it can go. So is it a reduction or an enlargement? Why?
It's getting bigger.
Yeah, because I started inside and it got bigger. Good.
So you could write it as 1.5 too.
Enlarge. Yes, you could write it as 1.5 also.
Who are you talking to?
Are you?
I didn't hear you.
I don't think she really cares.
Where I'm literally
Okay, so you're going to take triangle XYZ, draw and label X prime, Y prime, Z prime after a dilation of a scale factor of 2. 2. This is our last problem, man. And then you're going to find the coordinates of Y double prime after you reflect it over the X axis. Go. You're doing a double thing here. Ah, why aren't you becoming bigger? Scale factor of 2, reflect it. Where's X at? X.
I told you
What does X prime become?
That's because. Shit, that math wasn't awesome.
Where's X prime at?
Yeah, X. Or both that. It negative 2, 2. I think.
Negative 2, 2?
Negative 2, negative 2.
Thank you.
I made a mistake, sorry.
It's okay. When the bell rings. 10 minutes.
The bell rung.
Y prime. Oh, no, Y. Y is located at, where's Y at? 1, 2. Negative 1, 2. So where's Y prime at?
Negative 2, 4.
Negative 2, 4. 2, 4. Y prime. Okay. And Z is at 1, 1. So where's Z prime at?
Negative 2, negative. Like I'm doing all the work.
Yeah, be quiet.
Okay.
Where's Z at? Z prime at? 2, 2. Good. Sorry, I forgot to put it. Did you not see my face when you said negative 2, negative 2? Okay, so there's my new triangle, but then the second part says, what am I going to do? I'm going to reflect it over the x-axis. So I'm going to reflect it over this axis. And I only want to know where y is. So y, I don't have to do anything else, just y double prime. So where is y? So I know that y prime is located at negative 2, 4. And I want to know where y double prime is going to be at. After the reflection, where is it going to be at? Over the x-axis, not the y-axis. I highlighted the axis we're reflecting it over. That would have been if you were reflecting it this way. We want to reflect it this way. Does that make sense? Huh? Where's it at? Anybody? Just y. I only need to know where y is. Yeah. Melissa. 2, negative 4. Good. Not 2, negative 4. There we go. Negative 2, negative 4. Beautiful. Right? Because it just stays in place and it just comes down here. Okay? I'm still at negative 2. Beautiful. That's it. Not too bad? Or terribly bad? Not too bad.